and
quite good for
a couple DPS and then a healer.
Yeah, be happy with that. So yeah, and I leveled
weeks since
my
I watched it
warlock this week. So my warlock is level 18
Yeah,
now.
the first round, it's the extra ad's usually fairly close. It's the second round that it's always pretty much on the opposite side.
This expansion, you feel like a proper warlock with your destruction.
Yeah.
And if you go
who am I following?
demon
Shadow
face or whatever the heroic.
For you, it will be Neep and Shadow.
There's one that gives you like loads of demons, right? Like
I mean, you're just going to the ad that's away from the rest of them.
Yeah, I was trying to stay close to my left-hand side when they were over there, but
so that's good.
I was trying to at the same time heal the group
from that. So I'm really into destruction right now.
Good.
But I'll make sure to just go with them this time.
Okay. Yeah. I also had an underwhelming vault experience today.
No,
That's
I'm
'cause
sorry.
I've just been really busy playing Veilguard. I just
You say really busy. You've done 2 streams.
Yeah, it's busy, dude.
Okay, yeah.
Listen, Monday and Tuesday are like my go hard days because like
Focus up.
weekend.
Yeah, at least get this boss so we get mythic vault slot.
Friday I've got the kids. Thursday. Okay,
Focus
I
up
should do
has
stuff
been
on Thursday,
called.
Wednesday,
I
but
like
doing
it.
Podcast. Thursday I'm catching up on other work stuff. So Monday, Tuesday tended to be my like all day just catch up on WoW and do the big WoW things I need to do. But yeah, my vault was underwhelming, but I don't really care because it wouldn't have really gotten me anything great anyway. Because I just need to do keys.
Did you take anything from it?
5. I took I just took some coins, and then I turned those into crests.
You took crests?
Yeah, dude. I can still.
Yeah. The other half of it as well. See.
Are you taking it evens? Okay.
Exactly. I could upgrade these.
Sure, in this evens.
All the way to the top.
There was one obviously that we didn't get to talk about last week.
Yes.
The bronze has been greatly buffed now.
Oh my goodness.
We're not going to talk much about this because it kind of happened last week, but we haven't had a chance to address it yet because I'm very aware that
Beam
our
starting
last episode
soon.
of both the weekly
Chipped over
research
right just a hair more.
and this
Oh.
podcast was
Okay,
basically
careful,
slacking off the
team.
anniversary event
Yeah.
and going, oh, there's so much wrong with it. I've got no reason to do it. And bronze sucks. And Chromie's thing sucks. And two
Spread
of
out
those 3 are
circles.
still true.
Yeah. Well, sure. Yeah. Exactly.
But the bronze has been absolutely buffed now. So I don't know about you, but I got like 6 of the tier 2 armor sets last week.
Yeah.
you know.
You were really pushing it. Yeah.
I was just doing the stuff I was going to do.
Well,
I'm
that's the thing,
leveling through like dungeons and stuff as well with a couple of ults. I'm getting 2 every time I do it
yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, the thing is, like, I wrote
good
a
odds
big,
there,
bit of
purple.
weekly reset about this, so I was like, oh, great, this is really good, and like, you know,
let's get him
and then
again.
bronze buffs and everything, and of course,
Sure, in this.
weekly reset, but
Oh, I'm
doesn't
in
mean we
this.
can't talk about it now.
I
So, yeah, it's
wish
basically just,
that I
having
could
said that,
turn
like,
back
it's been buffed
time.
so much, and you're getting it. It's still better to do it just doing like the weeklies from within than actually doing the anniversary stuff. I still don't really have a reason to do anniversary stuff every day.
No,
if I'm
I
completely
don't.
honest.
I don't do the anniversary stuff anymore. I just go out in the world and I do like some world quests. And then I
So
get
with
to
sadness in my heart,
like,
feel
world
the
quests.
best thing I can do. What a banger.
Like getting bronze from doing dungeons and stuff like that. Those weren't active.
You ready to run away
Still
from
won't
boss?
actually get your 100 bronze achievement.
Run.
And it is. I think that was a major
I might actually want to switch to single target. The way they've got me assigned here, off with that single ad. I think if we wipe here, I switch to
I
single
know
target.
sometimes people stay in for that on heroic and use like bubbles and shit. I wouldn't suggest that on mythic. Save that for if you need it.
No way.
Toss a beam or something. Spread these.
or 15. I think it was
Really good.
Blood curdle.
Being that
Okay,
evens.
you know what? That's
Frontal.
a good reason to do it. Hey, do you think they'll break out the motorbikes?
Oh my god, I
Memo?
hope so. Are you kidding? Okay, so the Mountain Dew promotion and Doritos is it as well? Mountain Dew
Doritos?
from
Why does he say it like that?
Why can I just
that's
say?
being careful.
Why does Blizz keep choosing? Like, there's like Mountain Dew, Doritos, Shake Shack. Like, I understand.
Yeah, why can't they just partner with LaCroix or something?
And it's gonna be people who eat that shit, including me. I eat that shit all the time, but it's
Nice,
just
good
so
job.
funny being like, hey gamers, buy some Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, fine.
we're on the screen now to see it.
Oh yeah, lovely. But yeah, so EU friends.
Circle back to purple odds.
Well, they
Let's
cite
come
this
back to
to GM
purple
here,
odds.
but you also did test getting the bike. We had a really
Damn, that
generous
ad's far,
edition
holy
of
fuck.
The bike. So
Okay, so basically what it is, it's the same as usual. You collect, you buy buy Doritos and you collect points, which you then redeem on the website for a code for a thing that you want to buy with your points, and then you use the code in game to buy, among other things, like a little robot. But there's also, of course, the first Hellforge Blazicle. Is that what it's called?
Blaze cycle. Did you call it a blaze cycle?
Blaze sickle.
Okay, which is the red, awesome.
There's 3 unevens.
And it's really, really cool. Now, you're going to get a green one of these from the end of the guest relations quest, but that isn't available yet.
Yeah, the way they've got this assigned out, I really don't need my AoE on this fight.
Run away. You ready to run away?
Only get it in America, as in that's the only place where the mountain.
Yeah, we started having people fall over there. Okay, wipe it up.
Wrap it up.
What killed the
called.
people that died? Did you stand in something, or was it just overall unavoidable damage?
Yeah.
That code can be used to
The beam got me.
Spewing hemorrhage.
OC, I'm not gonna say like other accounts, they work a bit differently, don't they?
I have no idea. But for our purposes, yeah, we did get to redeem, and you got to redeem that in the EU, which is nice.
Well, you've got a code as well.
I do.
Yeah.
I just haven't used it yet.
Alright, well,
But yeah, so that's exciting. That's good. I mean, I'm not sure how I feel about these like US based. Oh, there is going to be the UK one.
Is there going to be a UK one?
There's going to be a UK one for Shake Shack. I think we were talking.
Yeah, but you don't get anything
And
from
did
that.
you
There's no,
see?
like, in-game
Listen, did you
rewards.
see what
No,
code it
no,
there? So
exactly.
when
We just
it's
have to
far
buy-
away like that,
You can buy. I
you
don't know if you guys saw this,
don't
but there's
aim
going to
to
be
put it in
UK
front of
only
the
in London
solo
Shake
one.
Shack
You'll have to kind of
location.
just cut them in half
You
and
can
try to
get
get
a
equal
Zalatar
distance. Like put it just
flavored,
behind the group of
like
them.
milkshake
I would take a Zalatar flavored anything.
sprinkled with
kidding?
void dust.
Give me a Zalatar flavored. I would buy 20 of those. I'll buy 100 of those. I'll buy a million of those.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like, how many of the Zalatar
just behind
flavored
the
things do you have?
group.
Give them all to me. Give me a scratch and sniff T-shirt. Give me like underwear.
And then,
give me everything. Give me all
Do some
of that.
team,
Give me
just
the Zalatar
call out if
cosplay
you're
that you
getting in
owe us.
trouble if it
You
looks
owe
like some
everyone.
little. I came over that time, and I probably shouldn't have.
War Within meta
You guys had it
achievement
under
by the
control.
time you do your like lost bet for me getting the Dragonflight meta achievement.
Okay, I have to get cracking.
Make it happen and douse yourself in the Zalatar
Yeah,
flavored
just call out if you get in
milkshakes.
trouble.
You
Like,
taste
so
like
for
Zalatar
me,
as
I'm not
well.
gonna
Don't
come
you?
by
Don't you?
default.
Like when you're dressed as Zalatar.
Call it.
Thanks.
Feel like you're
Thanks,
gonna
Tony.
need some help.
This is always the danger.
Yeah,
I
I'll
put
book
like
it
a
over
wig
there.
on, and Tally's like,
Or take your wig off, and I really like it when you do that too.
Thanks.
You're like,
yeah.
Tally, it's Valentine's Day, the merkin is coming off.
Aw.
Your abilities look
It's
pretty
going
low,
on my
Shadow.
head.
Just a
Or
fire.
yours.
Or in your mouth.
Anyway, there is that, and then there's also going to be like a horde burger.
Horde burger,
With,
that
I
doesn't
think,
sound
like,
good.
A horde
Or
burger.
patties.
A horde
You
burger
can
with
tell that
Zalatar
Evie's American. She's like, yeah, what if World of Warcraft but burger?
Taste of Zalatar.
Alliance fries, coated, slathered in like golden Alliance sauce.
I love it, but
Yeah.
not as good as the hate-fueled.
But these-
Agreed. But the thing is, that's only happening in London
Shouldn't that even?
for like a week.
Yeah.
So we can't even go to the one in Cardiff.
No, but when is it? Because I'll go. Now that I wasn't that bothered to be honest, but now that I know there's a Zalatar flavored milkshake, I need to know what Zalatar tastes like. Like I can't. How you can't tell me that I can.
Beans,
There's a
careful.
Zalatar flavored thing.
Yeah.
And expect me not to go? Are you kidding?
Only Londoners deserve it.
Dude, I
Great
would
red
go
circles.
anywhere for that shit.
I think that's literally happening next week. Yeah, I think it runs from like the 10th to the 17th.
I will vote for whoever promises me the milkshake. That's it. They get my vote. I'm a single issue voter from here on in. Give me the
milkshake.
Yeah, totally. Oh, that would cheer me up. We should do that. Please, can we go?
To London to get a Zalatar flavored milkshake.
Yeah, because if we live
Yeah,
stream it,
triangle
Yeah.
platform
we
or
can
purple. Let's go purple lots.
Oh, we would anyway.
let's like
Imagine
let's
buying
get
a
a first
Zalatar-
class train. Let's
Imagine-
live stream that shit. Let's get a 5-star hotel
Hold
and
on.
just whack
Get
it
in
on
the
top
sauce.
and say
Imagine
it was for
getting
content.
a Zalatar flavored
I'm in it.
milkshake and not putting it on the cup.
What exactly?
Like, how? Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, what's the
yeah,
point of having a
imagine
company
being
account if you're not going to use it to buy
Oh,
Zalatar
can't wait
milkshakes?
for
Come
that
on now.
No.
We're going on a Zalatar tasting date. It's gonna be
Excellent.
Anyway, the bicycle. Thank you to Xlink777 Gaming who donated a couple of codes to us so that we could have it.
Really,
And I think they're providing another one, but we can do a giveaway. I think we've got a
Make sure
couple
you
of
don't
people who've offered
stack
us to
those.
do a giveaway.
Yeah, I think we might do
Which
those
is
giveaways
good.
as well.
Because what I really want to do is I want to set up a charity, basically, connecting, you know, EU
Yeah,
and
Gary
OC
run from
players
boss.
with soda drinkers who don't own a bike. You know? We'll connect those people and we'll get everyone in this country, in this continent, their motorbike.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not going to be such a big deal once guest relations is over and people start getting the green bike, which I
Exactly.
think is better. But it matches my cans more.
The green one is our Mountain Dewy. I'm surprised that it's not.
The best one is the
Yeah, you guys will circle around after you get hit.
Oh, well, you know what? That's fine. Let it be that.
In the EU, despite everything, the red one is always going to be a little bit special because you have to jump through some hoops to get it. You have to know an American person who's willing to send you a code, you know, anything about it, stuff like that. And so, you know, I got it the morning that those codes started going out, and so I was just parked up in this land in Donegal. It's my favourite bit of Donegal anyway. I like
Those little ads, send them.
especially Shadowlands, and also BFA because they're faction-specific capsules. Did not have the equivalent of the Donegal Drag, which is just a big wide street where
The
basically
Dornegal Drag.
Oh, blood
Drag
pact.
is where everyone
Okay.
hangs out.
Even
don't
with
tell
the-
don't take JK, she won't like it.
Yeah, jump in.
Even with the even with
Yeah,
the
that
like
was a fucked
misaligned
up
tiles, are you still
line.
okay with it?
I'm okay with it because it's just where all the cool kids hang out. As long as I don't look at the stairs, the misaligned tiles and stairs, you know, because those are definitely the worst things that happen.
I went to the
And it's
ads,
great,
and
and
I
I was
went
just
to the other
parked up
side
there
and
like,
the lights started coming at me, so I was like
just checking out the whole.
completely
I
with
know,
all the
people-
ads, and if I
people
would've stayed back, I would've just
Literally, yeah, a bunch of
fucked
like
that up.
void elves and blood elves are like standing around,
It's true.
like literally just congregated around your bike. We're
I was
like,
like the orc in that day that Deathwing came quest from Cataclysm, just like picking up hot chicks.
Hey, man,
Yep.
what the fuck?
It was brilliant, and everyone was so impressed. I was getting so many whispers, like, "What is that?"
Whoa.
And so, but then,
Oh, he sleeps in the game right
came
there.
the
I
cheapest.
actually
Like, the
do.
reason I'm actually talking about this
yes,
right now
yeah.
is because I was like, "Oh, holy shit, the time has come. I'm gonna go and do the mount off." And wouldn't it be amazing if this red bike like cropped up in the mount off? And I was all like, "Vroom, vroom, vroom, vroom." It did not.
Maybe one day.
It did not, but
Maybe
the
one day.
hand mount, which is the different hand mount from
The
the
gold hand mount?
that I no, not the gold one. So
Oh.
there's two hand mounts which are called Hand of something,
Mm-hmm.
and they've got two different names. One is like Hand of Really Kidikoff or something, and one hand of,
Nihilgamat.
and one is Hand of Hazikotikov. Like, okay, and they always, the only one I've seen pop up, but I've seen it pop up like 5 times,
Oh,
is
yeah.
Hand of Really Kidikoff.
Oh,
Never
really?
Hand of, and I'm like, is that the one I've got? And I go in,
Nihilgamat,
and
yeah.
it's all I've got. Hand of Hazikotikov.
Oh.
I never
okay.
get the Hand of Really Kidikoff.
Nihilgamat.
Yeah.
No, give me the.
And it pisses me off.
Yeah.
So it's, and you know, they
Oh.
look pretty much exactly the same. Yeah, no, you're right. The Valdrakken fountain chat was a bit like that, but I don't know what it is. The drag is just like.
There's
It
Gemstone.
really speaks to me.
Yeah,
There's,
me
there's
too.
something about it.
I
It's
mean,
like,
I
it's
never
in
got a
a-
res,
it's
so
in
I'm
a
chilling.
City, a major city.
Almost
look,
There's
res.
just kind of this. I like how
Looks like you have
empty
one.
it is. Like
He's
there's
way
just
over
kind
here
of
as well.
there aren't like really fountains and things in there. There's just a drag where
And you
people
need to
stand
repair
when they
Shadow
go
to
from
get
like.
up.
Oh yeah,
the
oh
auction
believe
house
me.
to the bank
I'm gonna
to
use
the
my
other little
old
bits
school
and bobs
Brutus sword to
around there,
do it
just kind of
too.
Congregate in the middle because of it. Oh, and the little
What
delve
the
like
fuck?
pavilion, you know.
Delve Pavilion and the bank and
Bad in
the
the
quest
blood.
upgrade is there as
Yeah,
well.
Yeah,
the res.
I
and
really
the,
like it.
the portals to Mythic Plus.
Yeah, yeah,
Not
exactly.
that you know.
Excuse me. I've definitely used them before, but yeah, it's I like that space too, and there's something about it just being in the city, and like yeah, I wasn't like super crazy about Dornegal when I first saw it, but now it's really grown.
can't
on
believe
me,
the
even
blood
though
does that
it's
much
one of those
damage.
Cities because so many parts of it look identical. I kind of struggle to remember unless I'm looking at the map.
I feel
Alright.
like I've got a grip on it.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like I
Let's
was
have
that
a
at
good
first,
solid
but it
pull
was just
here.
a case of me not,
Or you
you
can
know,
just kill it, and then after this
knowing
pull,
it
we'll
Yeah, fair,
take a
fair.
5.
very well, basically.
So yeah, that's the promotion for the mounts.
Yeah. Oh, someone sent us a code for a robot today as well, which is pretty
They
nice.
did.
Thank you.
I actually didn't realize, but you can get the War Within through these points as well.
Pardon?
You can get the War Within by drinking.
Expansion?
Epic Edition costs 4,000 points.
No, that's wild.
That's a lot of points.
He's got it.
Wow. Wow. Okay, I did not realize that. Maybe I'll get that next.
Cheering that evens.
Okay, the time has come, Avatar.
Yes.
For us to talk about 10.0.7.
Finally, hooray!
11. Why do I keep doing that? 11.0.7.
Wait, we're going to Forbidden Reach.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, yeah. Do you know what? I think that's why I keep getting it wrong, because, Evertel,
It is going to the Forbidden Reach, exactly,
this is
yeah.
quite a familiar sounding patch. Let me explain to you. Let me explain to you. I'm going to play a game. Am I describing 10.7 or 11.7? Like, which patch am I describing here, okay? You go to a new island.
Okay.
What patch am I describing?
It's definitely Forbidden Reach.
No, I said new island.
Oh,
Forbidden Reach was not a new island.
You're right.
It was the you know, the starter island.
Okay.
I caught you out with the very first one.
Circle right.
To 11.0.7.
Here comes the frontal.
No, so we go to a new island. Okay, is called Siren Isle. Okay, let's continue again. This is the next thing.
Okay.
Keep moving.
You get a ring.
I didn't get the breath.
You can upgrade with gems.
Well,
You're
I
going
mean,
to help
that's
me.
definitely Forbidden Reach.
No, it's not, Evertel.
What?
I'm talking about
Stay away from
11.0.7. Do you know why? Because granted, yes, you did get a ring in Forbidden Reach, which you also upgraded with gems. However, you didn't see it on your character's hand.
No, you know what? I actually don't remember doing that because I did that for all of 1 week. That ring was useless within a week. Like, what ring? Anyway. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway.
So this island that we're on, it has
wipe it up.
like some intriguing story quests going on.
Okay.
I got boxed out by the blood curdle.
Definitely not Forbidden Reach.
Well, actually, I was because there was a whole lot more story on Forbidden Reach. So in Forbidden Reach, you had like the
I got boxed out by the
like,
blood
story,
curdle.
Yeah, that was
which
good.
Was
Are we
genuinely
down
like
just
the-
one
the
DPS there, just
cutscenes
Shadow,
and
or
stuff
did
like
anyone
that as
else
well.
not get in
there
that clear?
are like story quests on Siren Isle, but it's
Like shit
very
wasn't dying
much
there.
more kind of passive environmental storytelling.
Yeah,
and stuff
just
like that.
try to
Okay.
keep those
There are some
circles in,
very, very
you know,
interesting
Tyke and
things
Venn
going on there.
diagram, just don't overlap the player, but it does, we do
It's
have
a
like
little
2 seconds
bit-
after the circles go away,
Do
you
you
have
think
a
that
second
they'll
or 2
add,
before
like,
the
kind of a
cleave
main
goes off,
story
so you have time to
quest
hurry
I
and
mean, it's
move
not
right
impossible,
after the
it's
circle
not
goes
impossible,
off.
to be honest, but so
Alright, break timer going up, be
it
back
seems
by
unlikely. So this is the island, and I'll tell you why it
8:45,
seems
8:44,
unlikely, is
8:45
because
server.
there
Alright,
is
and because this is a raid break, it is a 5-minute break. This is not a kiddie break.
based around Dalaran.
Right back.
We will not be letting the sweet babies in the stream room.
With the loss of Dalaran.
This is just a get up and move around break,
And doing that.
so I can get my blood moving
Be about that story, and
resume my focus. We are 100p, 100% getting this boss tonight. This shit is happening,
What's next for the Kieran tour?
boys,
I
girls,
guess
and
that's
NBs.
them kind of coming to terms with all
So
that.
I'm gonna let T&E talk, and I'm gonna take my break.
Didn't we go to it in BFA? No, it was in the files in BFA.
BRB.
Designed to be
BRB.
an island expedition. You can see why it wasn't turned into an island expedition. Actually, it wouldn't have been a very good one, I don't think.
Okay.
But it was in the files. It was never used, which makes it. Some people are calling it reused content. I don't think that's quite accurate. I think. You know,
When was it used
you know,
before?
Never used, exactly. So it's more like reclaimed content.
Reclaimed works.
Or like, yeah, can you think of a better word than that? And I think that's great.
How about unused?
Unused, yeah. I mean, fair, honestly. And it's quite good. Like the thing I like about what they've done there is it was like a functioning mining island in the BFA files.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
And what
okay.
they've done is they've taken it and they've made that the island's past. So all the buildings are much shabbier than they would have been in BFA if they'd ever released it. And there's like rats everywhere and stuff like that. And you know the facility has been abandoned. So there's this kind of weird meta thing where it's like, yeah, you never went there in BFA, even though it was in the files, but we have actually advanced the timeline from then. You know, like so that version of it kind of exists in lore, even though it never made it into the game. Does that make sense? And so we're going to it now. Yeah, repurposed. So it's cool. I kind of like it. It's got a nice little mystery going on there. There is not as much to do as in the Forbidden Reach.
Okay. And it's not very big, right?
No,
it's kind of about the size of Mechagon, a little smaller than
It's quite a bit
Mechagon.
smaller. Do we want to go back to our little game?
Oh yes, please.
Is it
continue.
10.7 or is it 11.07? You cannot fly in this island.
Yeah, it's this one, isn't it?
It's 11.0.
Yeah. However, I did hear that the ring there's been a power like data mined connected to the ring, which appears that it might make you able to fly.
Okay, so and this is why we didn't want to talk about this straight away, which is why I've been spending a lot. Like, we didn't bring the weekly reset out because it was all meant to be like Siren Isle and stuff like that, and I just was like, for a start, I'm kind of bored of chasing hype. I hate like that as a YouTuber. So the idea of just getting stuff out as quickly as possible, I'm kind of over.
It's never been our vibe.
No, exactly, and no, seriously. And I really wanted just to get to grips with Siren Isle so that we could avoid making too many assumptions about it. And flying is an important part of that. And so I've really been playing through it, and I wanted to get through a reset of it as well. So we don't know what unlocks the flying yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we don't know. But there is an ability that unlocks flying on the Isle. Now, first up, it's not a very big island.
Okay.
It's chock full of like gizmos that help you navigate the island.
Okay.
So like in the opening questing, you're gonna get like an ability that lets you run underwater and swim faster than a mount, basically.
Cool.
Okay, so not a flying mount, but faster than a ground mount.
Yeah.
And actually, there's loads and loads of treasures under the water around the island. And so actually, however big the island is, it's actually twice that big in kind of practice because of all the area around it as well.
Gotcha.
It's actually 4 times as big for reasons that we'll talk about in a little bit. Yeah, so there's that. There's like a rocket pack that you can get any point you like to
Love a
kind
good
of
rocket
zoom
pack.
around, which is really cool.
Nice.
Love the rocket pack.
Yeah.
And also, like in your little hub town, your little hub area, there's a goblin surfboard that you can jump on and like zoom around on the water as well. So
No way.
in many cases, it can be much quicker to actually like go round on the water than it is to go through the island.
Interesting.
So there won't be baddies to find and stuff.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So like, you know, and there are grappling hooks everywhere as well.
No
that
way.
You can kind of grapple to.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
you know, there are ways of getting around, but you know, if Warlords of Draenor taught us anything, if BFA and Shadowlands, with how long it took to get flying in certain places, taught us anything, is that people do not like being able to play, not being able to fly. If Dragonflight taught us anything, and if War Within taught us anything, it's like people love being able to fly from the moment one.
They do.
And I get that, and I think War Within has done it right in that you started the expansion and you could fly
5,
straight away,
4,
which is brilliant, and I love that. I think it's fantastic.
2,
It's a really important part of
1.
the expansion.
I agree.
And with that in mind, for a 0.0.7 patch, which is going to be current content for 8
All right,
weeks,
raid break
before
ended.
it's replaced,
Yeah.
I'm okay with
Raid
it.
break ended.
We'll be flying for a fair bit of it anyway. And just having the variety of having a small, like, island to run around that you can't fly around, and you know, you get to use some ground mounts, you get to use other ways of getting around. You actually have to think about, you know, the 3D-ness of it a little bit more.
Okay.
And also having like dragon riding there would make the entire place ridiculous.
It would be obsolete.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it would
pretty
just-
much.
yeah.
So that is kind
All
of
good, all
fun.
good.
In a way,
Someone
you
stone,
know,
please.
however, people will be kind of itching to know when the flying starts. We don't know yet. It feels likely that it's going to have to do with the meta quest for the island. That seems to make sense. So there are 2 options at the moment. It's your ring that allow it, like the flavor text on
Mix
the
them
flying
Halloween, are they different
ability
flavored?
is that your ring
Oh, but same
controls the
flavor, just
storms
colored
that's
orange.
stopping you from taking off, and now you can.
Okay, cool.
So it seems likely that flying's going to be either connected to the ring being fully upgraded or the meta quest.
Okay.
And we don't know when that's going to happen right now. Because, unlike on the Forbidden Reach, the ring is not fully upgradable in the first week.
Ooh, are we
Uh,
passing
yeah,
out
1, 2.
Vantis? Are we Vantising?
Are available in the first week. I think there's about 3 weeks of kind of weekly quests there. Like, completing all the weekly quests is part of the meta achievement. So I think there's 3 to 4 kind of weeks of weekly quests from what I've seen from the reset and stuff like that.
That would make
so
sense.
you're looking at 3 to 4 weeks, maybe, if that's the case. Maybe upgrading the ring fully. Because to upgrade the ring fully, I assume you have to get like all of the different gems and
Right.
stuff like that. So I at the minute, if I had to guess, this isn't a prediction, this isn't like information, but if I had to guess, I think you're looking about 3 or 4 weeks before the flying unlocks, which is about halfway through the life cycle of the patch.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I don't know. I don't know how people are going to feel about it. Oh, I do know how people are going to feel.
I know how people are going to feel.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about it?
Honestly, like someone mentioned in chat, it's going to be a nice opportunity
that
to
was
show
someone
off
else.
some of those ground mounts. Like non-flying mounts that we haven't been, like you can ride your motorbike around, your hate cycle.
Oh my god. Okay, so to get my Titan disc fragments today, I obviously just like did 5 dungeons, like
Advances.
heroic dungeons, because that's the best way of getting
Yeah.
the Titan fragment. Oh, I didn't. I did 2 heroic dungeons, and you've got enough, right? And it was brilliant, and I loved it because I was just like leading the way. We did Bitten Threads and Arakara, and I was just like on my bike, like, yeah, boy, here we go. I felt
I get it,
like
man.
such a baller. And someone whispered me, and they were like, "Why did you get that?" And I said, "Mountain Dew
Opal, thank you
promotion."
so
And
much.
they replied,
Thank you,
"No
Opal.
way, you lying!"
You're so great.
I felt like such a baller. It was absolutely amazing.
I was
that's
so
that,
worried
yeah,
about
that's
your
flying on the RB. You're okay with that? Are you?
I mean,
Don't
I don't
know.
know. Yeah, I appreciate these kind of patches and like mini moments they drop in just for a change of like
Even
rhythm
shift to purple.
and change of what's happening. You know, we got the anniversary event just fine, and you know, went through that, did that a few times.
I'm odd.
Kind of tired of it, but it's cool because we still get bronze from doing weeklies and other normal content we do. So I like the idea of really having kind of a full
Wait, what?
reset and being like, look, here's a new place to go. You can't fly. Here are new tools, new rewards, a new thing to upgrade. Like it is like a little reprieve. It's a little break from just flying
I got
around,
very
Watch out.
confused.
hanging out on your blade, cycling Dornigal, like, and just going to Siren Isle. And
I
like
wasn't sure what was
If you're
happening
watching your
here.
back to that beam, no deaths.
I can't tell you why.
Spread
but it just
circles.
feels good.
Oh, I think I'm
And-
good.
and
I think
all
I'm
the
actually
official
good.
Messaging is like, "Welcome to Siren Isle." I'm like, oh, it's not the blank, the blank blank. And I'm like, ah, good, nice,
I'm
cool.
glad you're happy about that.
Yeah, for whatever reason, that appeals to me deeply.
good
So
job.
yeah,
Circle spread
I'm excited, and you know what?
And then
I
E-
did
or,
not
odds
take advantage
being-
of Mechagon when it came out, and
You did.
I didn't because I
Spread
found it. I was
circles.
kind of.
Odds make sure you
I
get in
kinda
this
grew- I
beam.
was kind of put off by it, but I was chatting with some people in the guild, and they're like, "Man, I love Mechagon because it was just such a different.
over here,
it was
Nate.
just a moment
Are you
that
in
was
it?
different, and I embraced it. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I kind of wish I would have
Sweet.
done that. I remember playing it, enjoying it. So I personally am a fan of just having these little vacations, these little holidays in like my gameplay
Beam,
style.
watch your back.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's another thing I noticed about the other from playing it is that there's not like constant content to be doing.
Okay.
So on the Forbidden Watch,
Circles.
you know, once you've done the questing, once you've established your foothold, once you've leveled up your entire ring, there was the elite. Do you remember that?
Yes.
You ready to run away,
Flying
boss?
around, killing elites.
Yeah.
Because they dropped.
Run away.
Get up to like normal heroic level.
Yeah, you could just like it was good gear.
Good.
Tier pieces for your ults. It was great because that was the first time you could actually do.
Oh, no.
We're moving.
I remember.
Get out of the gear, like,
Get green quick evens. Spread circles.
put it in the catalyst and get tier set for the Phantom.
Everyone in, everyone in.
I had 7 people overlap.
Now, of course, you've got delves in all within kind of serves
Go
that
big Mars.
for ults already.
Sure.
But like a lot of my leagues that never set foot in a plus or a proper raid have got their tier sets and level.
Stay away from
I guess
lines.
there's less.
Beam's coming. Careful.
Harbinger quick. We don't have a lot of time.
Siren Isle.
Siren Isle.
Siren Isle.
Thank you.
Back.
And so yeah, but that loop is not there. So what that means is once you've done the weeklies,
That's a wrap.
a big old explore.
That's a wrap has been called.
Oh yeah.
For reasons again, which I'll get into in a minute. But that's kind of a one.
In the pool.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So once you've done that,
Yeah, we
there's like
can't even have a single
as well.
deep
And you
not
can
up
do
for
it
those
as much
ads.
as you like, but there's a, you'll get rewarded for once. But being able to
Watch
do it
your
as much as you
spread.
like is important as
Free
well.
spread when the circles are coming. So you
I
like
really
you're
enjoyed
not
kind of uncovering the
shipping.
rest of the story and
I
stuff
like that
that.
time.
And
You
it
know,
was
we
great,
had a couple
but
people go in the same
all of
direction,
the weeklies are,
trying to
from
juke
what I
the
can
same
tell
direction,
on
just
the
get
PTRs,
more
they've
spread
gone in there with orcs and stuff as well,
right before it's
are
coming.
account wide. So there's no reason to do them on orcs either.
Okay.
There is a bit of gear that drops, but nothing, you know, like too precious. So once I'd done all the weeklies on my main, I was essentially just
Sorry, I spaced
and I'd
out
done
there. I
my
didn't hear
tutorial and
what
stuff.
the
I was essentially just waiting for reset
Yeah.
and for some new weeklies.
Okay.
So it's not like a constant thing like the Forbidden Reach ones. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah. It's not the timeless isle.
Yeah, so it's a bit more like, dare I say it, even like the anniversary event, in that you're kind of done with
Okay,
it, and
okay.
and that's, you know what,
Sure.
I think that's okay.
Okay.
Because there are other things coming in this patch which people will be excited about as well.
Oh,
And like I say, this patch isn't going to be out very long. And it's not going to be very long until it's out. That's another thing we didn't mention, sorry, is that this patch is coming out this year.
Oh my gosh.
Like, this patch is coming out mid-December because it has to.
Yeah.
Like, it's
To keep the 8-week cadence
because
going.
the splash screen is like Winter Veil coming soon, which means it's coming out before Winter Veil.
Wow.
Which means like probably December the 17th.
Oh my goodness.
I think
missing-
December 17th starts
never
on.
mind. Alright, we're good.
That's when Winter Veil starts. I
Okay,
think.
so
Or
before-
the
Let's do
week
it.
of December 17th,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
that is.
Let's
So
do
that
it.
very
Has
latest,
been
that's gonna be
called.
when this
Five,
patch drops.
four,
which is
Hey, that's not
absolutely
so bad.
wild. Yeah. And
one.
that means that we're looking at a very early patch of the. It also means that in Warcraft
keep
Direct
here.
next week, they will only be talking about
Red
11.1
circles.
and
Oh,
they
we're
said
going
they
left.
will talk about 11.1. I thought they would anyway.
Yeah.
But now the fact that there is no
Hearing that evens.
Nothing else to yeah.
like absolutely
Run out.
Wow.
and so
Nope.
Thunderstorm is
Need to actually
It
move, or I will
is
die.
in early 2025.
yeah, but I think we can confirm it's January.
Okay, sweet, sweet.
Which will be on
Safe
Safe
map.
Map.
Stay away
Watch
from
some,
lines.
all the old rewards, which you just buy with.
Careful of the beams.
Whoa. What was up with that
We
beam
don't know much
placement?
about
That
the
beam
Thunder
placement
story
was
yet.
spooky,
Red
bro.
circles.
Spread. Watch your feet.
That beam placement was spooky, bro.
You get coins. Right.
Those blood curdles were spooky as well. Why is it so spooky? What the hell?
And then you buy the stuff in the store. So a lot of the new rewards are basically all the old rewards. But
I got
stuff on
over with
Yeah,
the
there's some good stuff.
with
It's
the
I
with the
mean,
odds.
I love the Dark Week
With the
experience.
evens.
It's like a really
I gotta be
good
with the odds. I gotta be with my boys.
Red circles, then make sure you're in this odd.
Oh yeah. No.
I want to try and keep things a bit.
Okay, you're right.
That was my fault. I introduced it. I apologize.
Planted the seed.
Yeah, please punish me later.
Oh, she will, Tally. Don't you worry.
But the Isle. So,
Yeah.
Stay away
Tell
from
me-
lines.
listen to my description of the Isle. You might not think it sounds right.
I was gonna say, tell me why I should be excited about this.
Watch the beams.
There are two big reasons, well, three big reasons, I guess.
Spread.
Rain is an improvement on the Rain Wars and the Rain Bridge.
Okay.
So a lot of people are saying this is like a complete copy of
That's a lot of
Can't lose
bodies.
people, guys.
and yeah, I get
That's
that.
a lot of
I'm
bodies.
sympathetic to that. What I would say is that 10.1.7 is really good.
Jumped in. They're saying this. No, we didn't kill the Watcher.
Later in the season, you know,
Might as well jump.
progression is kind of gone unless you're going for like a Mythic Plus like title or something like that. In which case, you know, some like literal kind of 0.1% players of Mythic Plus are upset because it means they have to keep on playing and pushing until the very end of the season. I am
Just
sympathetic
they're
to
not
that. I
giving
would
enough
also
room,
argue
or
or suggest that
There was
if
room.
you
I
want
think just
a
like the
0.1%
ads were
title
not
from Mythic
all
Plus
the way
at
dead
the
as it
end
was
of the
coming.
season
So.
is an acceptable scenario.
Yeah, I'm sorry, just to interrupt you. I love how you say not 0.1, and so all of my fellow Americans will be like, not 0.1 players? Like not 0.1? Yes, 0.1?
Yeah, during that phase, I'm trying to stay close to Neep and
0.1,
Shadow, so
like 0.1%.
0.1, sorry.
But yeah,
I couldn't
yeah.
hear you.
Or maybe that's just me.
It's just a way of like nerfing content, basically. So
Yeah.
it's going to allow people that are struggling on a certain boss in Rage to
Still
maybe
your
push a bit
rear
further.
element
Like,
side of
allow
it.
people to get a higher rating generally in Mythic Plus. And a massive
Hey,
improvement
that's it.
on the ring.
Make sure you
is
save
that
personals
there
for
are
that
gens that
when
have
we get those circles and start moving for the beam.
But there are also rings,
Especially
gems
odds
that have
with
straight stat increases.
the 2 healers versus
Secondary
3.
stat increases. So one of the big criticisms of the ring, Forbidden Reach, was that you were losing secondary stats, which is like the whole point of rings. They are just secondary stat sticks. You can pretty much so what
There's
that did
definitely
was
room
it
to
made them
move,
kind of rubbish
and
for casters.
even still,
and
that
really,
circle
really
is only
good for
doing
melee. This should mitigate
1.7
that a
mil
little bit because
on
you can just put
explosion.
secondary stats on it,
So
that's an
as
improvement.
long as you're
Okay,
not like
reason number 2
triple
why it's
stacking,
good.
you could probably get away with double stacking if that's going to be
Goblins
safer than
rock,
eating a
man.
beam to
Like
the face.
I've
Is it
never
Goblin
been,
Island?
yeah,
As
I've
long as
never
you're
been a
like
Goblin
healthy, you
lover,
can
really,
eat
to be perfectly
3.2.
honest. But
You cannot
goblins
triple stack
in
though,
this
because that will kill
expansion
you.
Well,
are
no,
just
that's
so
why I said
cool
you can't
for
triple,
reasons
but
which
you
I
can
think
probably
become
get away with
obvious.
double. I am here
After
for
the
that.
Alpha 1 announcement, right? Because I think we're going
You
quite heavily
can't
into
double
goblins.
stamp a
But they've
triple
been
stamp.
giving goblins some proper love this expansion. They've got a
That's right.
load of really good voice actors in, like
Okay.
to voice
Let's
various
do it.
goblin characters and stuff. And it's just really good. Like having the goblins around.
Focus
with
up,
their
everybody
stuff
has
is,
been
like,
called.
better than Mechagon,
5,
because
4,
Mechagon had that
3,
whole kind of vibe of tinkery stuff.
Yeah.
But it was Mechagnomes who are fine, but they're not as good as goblins.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
They're not
evens.
as fun.
Goblins just have like a nihilistic, like
Yeah,
Spread.
they're like F it, let's build
circles.
cool, and I did love encountering.
We got it
them,
odds. We got it odds. Saying
as
this.
you're adventuring around. Were they
Circle around odds quick.
Yeah.
Where you get them, where you get their little encampment.
Oh no, that's in Ashkahet.
Ashkahet, oh, of course, it's an Ashkahet,
But
yeah.
they do have a little bit.
Defensive.
Yeah, exactly. And at first I was like resistant because again, I'm
Defensive?
also, like a goblin person.
away.
Why is he on me? Just
I was
because
like,
I shot at him? That's fucked up, dude.
This is kind of cute.
Let's give you guys more than enough time.
Ooh, okay.
Bring the Watcher over here. You gotta interrupt the Watcher, Lucian.
I know they have arms as
I
long
wanna
as
die,
their
so I'm just
body,
gonna
right?
do that.
It's great. I didn't like it.
I don't want to die, so I'm gonna just do that.
Finish that one.
I don't.
A reason I'm
Yeah.
really
No.
glad about this
That wasn't even
is
close.
We're cooked.
Watch your
No.
the day after they'd
Yeah, you
announced
gotta
it.
make sure that gets interrupted and then it's right on the 2 Harbinger dudes.
And, I just went in there
We're
and installed
cooked.
myself.
Run
I'm
out.
so glad I did.
Keep
I'm
moving.
sure this is common knowledge now, but I
Safe
didn't know
now.
about it. If you don't know anything about the island, I'm about to surprise. And if you are, set on not learning anything about the island basically
Okay.
until this patch opens, I would encourage you to stop listening for a second.
Yeah, close your
I'll
ears.
put the
You don't-
spoiler bot on for people watching.
Yes, please put the spoiler button.
Oh, it didn't work.
It didn't.
The spoiler bot didn't come on. Okay. Oh,
Oh, there he is.
oh, there he is.
Dragging
He's
down
up
a little
there.
bit.
Yeah,
There he
yeah.
is.
Oh,
You just clicked
yeah,
something.
oh, there he is. Hey.
Hey, there he is.
Spoiler bot.
So, the island
Okay.
has 2 phases.
Right.
Okay, so I was exploring just in the normal phase, and then I was doing the event, and the event is that there's a big storm, and there's a bar you fill up, like, fighting baddies, and the idea is that when the storm happens, like, all the crabs and the, like, sea monsters come out and attack the camp, and you got to defend the camp. That's the whole idea. So I did the event. I just stayed in the camp fighting things. I filled up the bar, and then I clicked, bye-bye, thank you very much, and I left. And I was exploring, and there's this room, the room with the crystal in it. Because the whole story is based around this crystal. and
Of
the
course,
city
I
and
forgot
stuff
about
like
the
that.
crystal for a moment, actually.
So I went in, and I saw the mount. Like the storm kind of phoenix, which is one of the mounts that we've been told that you get from this island.
Let's
It's
do it.
one of the new things, and it was lying in this kind of circle of stones. And I tried to activate the stones because they were clickable, but they wouldn't activate.
3, 2.
And I was like, okay.
Red for circles.
And then I went away and I did some questing and some new things and stuff, and I collected 5 fragments of like a thunder.
Showing that evens.
And I put them together and I made a thunder rune. And I was like, I remember one of those stones being about a thunder rune. So I went back to it again. And it was like, like activate with a thunder rune. Okay. And so I clicked on it. And it was like, can only be activated during a storm.
Stay away from lines.
That beam.
You gotta hurry.
And then I thought, does it mean the storm that the event is set in? So I went back and I activated the event again, and I went in it, but this time instead of fighting any of the baddies,
Run out.
I walked
Keep
to the other
moving.
side of the island
Watch
to
your
get
feet.
back to that bit, see if it would activate my stone. And as I
Watch your
did,
feet.
I realised that the island was completely
now.
different. There were new weeklies
Safe
in
now.
different places. There were new
Coming back, the moon, the
like
odds,
baddies
moon odds.
everywhere.
Watch
There
your
were new treasures.
Spread circles.
Nice.
And then when I went into the kind of
Make sure you're in this odds.
and I went back to that area. There were ghosts everywhere of the Kultirans that's gone missing.
I like
And I went back and I could activate the stone. And there were a number of other stones that
away
I
from
went out and
lines.
I did all the
Being
upgrades
careful.
in the storm phase, and I came back and I could activate
I
another.
should have given you guys enough for
So I
space for
couldn't
that.
activate anymore. For the life of me, I couldn't find
Spread
there were,
circles.
new elites as well.
Nice.
So there were like 3 elites in the non-storm phase, but there were like 6 elites in the storm phase to go and kill as well. And it was like
Good
this
job.
magical moment that kind of clicking for me. It's like, and I'm so glad I had the opportunity to
Get ready,
discover
run away,
it
yep, yep,
myself.
yep.
Was this
Right.
idea that
I know.
Watch your feet.
there's a whole other side to this island. There's a whole other phase to it. It's kind of like this other version of it almost.
Good go.
Exactly. And it was brilliant. I enjoyed
Watch
it
your
so much. And I
Evens
spent-
to
it was only
Green
another
Moon
hour or
area.
so,
Far left again.
but I loved it. It was just really,
Oh, that's really heartening.
it was just a wonderful moment which I've now ruined for everyone.
Positioning, get hit by this
And I'm really sorry
Shit,
about
that
it,
Evens.
it was so
I can unfortunately confirm Dark Ranger is a lot more fun on single target fights than Sentinel.
At the time, I was just like,
It turns out being able to have an empowered kill shot
Stay away
that
from
does cool shit, that's really fun.
get to do that. That's why I
Big rest in piss for the Sentinel enjoyers. But at least I can still enjoy Sentinel and Mythic Plus. And I do enjoy Sentinel and Mythic Plus. Very much, I might add.
because you have
Harbinger's still up.
and then you've got the nurture as well, which you can
Stop those ads.
read them that much, you can swim super fast.
Nice. So how often does the storm kick off?
Yeah.
So whenever
It wasn't anywhere close to being dead either.
so yeah, so
Rip, dip, dip, dibbity dip, dibbity dip, 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 dip.
Flat. Nope.
so there will be people if they don't discover
That's
that,
fine.
who think there's only like 3 weeklies.
We're making progress.
And
We can still get this guy tonight. Absolutely. Absolutamente.
all new weeklies up this
This
week.
guy having an enrage.
I'm thinking it's probably going to take 3 or 4 weeks to complete all of the different weeklies, which would be needed for the meta.
Yeah, I'm not seeing one
Phase
coming up.
to
I mean, I think percentage looks good. We just
Yeah, we just gotta live, dude.
probably
We just gotta
more
fucking
rotations
live,
after that.
bro.
and that's the island. It's pretty. I mean, I'm still of a generation.
We just gotta live.
They're so excited that we get a whole new zone. where
In a-
points
in a
step
point
You're
seven
close to
patch?
going
we're gonna get another
down.
one
Save
in point,
coolies
one,
for
so
those
we do as well, like
ads.
a proper zone.
Yeah.
That I'm so ludicrously thankful for it.
Yeah.
That honestly, I'm pretty happy with it. I've had a good time with it.
Aw.
Yeah, and that's all we can ask, right?
Right.
And then we'll have like the Dalaran questing and things like that as well. And of course, Plunderstorm. Now we can talk about Plunderstorm. Sorry about that.
Yes, we can.
What are you thinking about the return of Plunderstorm? Are you one of those people that's like ludicrously hyped about it?
I'm really excited.
Do you know why?
It's gonna be fun. I can't wait for more Plunderstorm.
I was so excited to hear Plunderstorm is coming back. I know it's Marmite, and I know some people hate it. And I'll be real with you, I hated it when I started it. But I have this. It's one of the few things that really press the button for me, where it's like, it's a quick like cycle. It's a really quick turnaround. You know, if you're not doing well, you can basically just die. And it meant that like I could just like get up, start over again, try again, try again, and it just got me into like a cycle. And then, eventually I like won my first Plunderstorm game, and I felt it. I like coursing through my veins.
Yeah.
Good plan.
I-
Alright, we're good. Let's do it.
I never won a Plunderstorm.
And
I got second,
I love the
but I never won
transmog. It's
one.
really
I still had a
beautiful,
great
it's
time
really
though.
Cool.
Plunderstorm's a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
they're adding a new set. It's basically like a darker version. And again, you know, you get this stuff on the Plunder Store. What came first, Plunder Storm or Plunder Store?
You're in this evens.
Store always comes first for
Which
the
is
shareholders.
So there's a lot of returning stuff. You know, the Molly Rogers coming back.
Just wipe.
And some of the other
Just wipe has been called. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Love that.
as well. So we've got these like the dark sets.
Just wipe has been called. Amazing.
Looks really sick, and I think will be
Stay away from lines.
yeah, which I think will
It's okay.
look
It's
really,
okay.
really good.
Oh, yeah,
Like
yeah,
especially for transmogging.
We're gonna get this guy tonight.
On the train, it'd be the
100%.
most yellow one, I think. But
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the yellow
People just
ones.
have the
But you can
jitters.
teach their own.
Is that a
But I
downer
think for
just a Red Bull?
transmogging, you can make some
I'm
really cool
gonna check
looks
vlog
with these kind of
here in a second.
individual pieces.
And I will find that out.
There's a new parrot mount, a new crocolisk. I mean, I already got the gold one, so I'm like, all right, fine. You know, there's some new hats.
all the weapon sets again.
Yeah, weapon sets
Yeah.
again, and some battle pets. Now, the key thing about Plunderstorm coming back is that it is going to be on the same map. Which, when I heard, I was like, really? Because, I mean, how many, you know, I feel like
It kind of has to be.
dissected that map. I feel like we've optimized that map.
Yeah.
Well, they might move stuff around on that map. They might have new powers. They might change other things.
On that one.
Death, like you
But
know
Plunderstorm
exactly
kind of
where
has to
go
take place
to do your shrub
in the
you know,
Arathi Highlands. It's one of the
strategy.
few
Like, you
zones
know
in the
exactly
game that's
where
really
to
well set
go
up for
to
it.
farm these guys. Like, and of course, there's always an element of randomness. But yeah, I
Oh,
was
yeah,
a
let's
little bit,
refeast up, thank
little
you.
bit disappointed. To see
Refeast?
that.
Really?
Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed.
Refeast?
It's nice because it'll be familiar.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would love to see a new map. But who's to say that there won't be like a new one in the future?
Well, in the future, for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
like maybe there's like a map selection. Like maybe.
Where would
they
another
do
good
that.
place for Plunderstorm be?
So yeah, that is coming back in. I don't know what date it's coming back. Early 2025. But you seem to.
See, sadly, a lot of the coolest zones in the game have a lot of like
I think it's been
trees and overhead clutter
yeah. So it's
that unfortunately make them kind of bad for Plunderstorm.
so early.
Close as well.
Generally, 11.0.7 means that
Maybe the Barrens.
over
Plunderstorm and the Barrens could be fun.
so all of those weeklies and stuff on the new island give you bronze.
Hold on.
Not that you're gonna need them, right? Because like surely, I mean, we're drowning
Wait,
in bronze.
of course, because yeah, the anniversary event ends on January 6th,
Yeah.
which is a very forgettable date. But I like for some reason that was just like seared in my mind.
Well
yeah,
said,
okay,
Evie.
So until then, we will have this like conjunction of new stuff happening.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Exactly.
That's okay. I'm kind of
it's
into
another way
that.
to do that and get on that.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, I'm into that.
It's what it is.
I am
Were you
excited for
football?
Plunderstorm. I'm basic.
Yep,
I'm
all good,
really,
let's do
I'm
it.
just really excited. I'm excited to feel something again, Tally.
5, 4,
So predictions for 11.1 for
1.
the like announcement this time next week. I mean, this time
Well-
next week we'll still be waiting for the announcement. Maybe we should put next week's
Should be in
podcast
this evens.
I
Spread
think
circles.
We might have to.
Yeah.
I think we might have to. But I mean, spoiler bot is spoiler bot up. But you know, spoilers.
Okay.
You know, there's
Let me go back to spoiler.
yeah, spoiler bot time.
Yeah.
There has been mention again in kind of the blue posts and things of seeing a familiar face in the darkness.
Oh, some people really popped off on this poll.
Stay away from lines.
Interesting.
He's coming, careful.
So, on the splash.
Either that or I did
Circle
not get my
sounds
crits and I didn't pop off on this poll.
Yeah.
Or both.
Yes, there is.
Of the
I felt like my opening was pretty good. I felt like my my opening salvo was pretty well done.
In this context, probably, yeah. I mean, I think there's going to be something to do with her.
Safe now.
And yeah, the wording is, or maybe I remember the wording incorrectly, but it's like some face in the darkness. It's like,
That the
is
Watcher?
it Orwenya?
Well, it will definitely
What
feature
the-
when you explain.
Wrap it up has been
Just because I
called.
feel like they were really hyped up in the kind of pre-release to the expansion, and then had like
Let's switch who
2
goes.
quests.
There's a cool dancing.
Yeah, and then did like 2 quests which I liked, and then completely disappeared off the
But
map. And I was
Ryan
like,
for healing it.
But obviously
Can't
setting them up
feature.
for a little bit of later
Of
action.
course, of
Okay,
course.
so I
Stay
guess the
away
question
from
is,
What is the
Having one
question?
extra DPS.
what does that
Yeah, we
mean for your
could
prediction
try,
for 11.1?
just really
Because
worry if
now
people are going to go
thinking,
down
well,
during
maybe
that.
we're going to
But,
the root lands or the lifelands or something. So there was a zone named in the data.
Let's
not
just
like
try
as I would
switching
see in
actually.
the
Let's
data,
send
but in the
Consta.
original
You go with
data
Elf,
for Within,
and Liquid
a
stay.
named zone which
on
obviously
the
existed at
big
some point
group.
and then didn't exist. So called the root lands, which
I'll
it
probably be almost
seems like you
useless,
get
quite
to
honestly.
around the roots of
Yeah.
it's a little bit here, right? The
Yeah.
broad tree.
I'd have to
Yeah.
burn a gate or
That
something
go
to get
down
over
into
there fast enough
Ashgahet.
to
You know that
actually
little
start
area there?
Oh, yeah.
Where
about 6, 7, 8
the
seconds
Harrenir
for you to
camp
ramp
is.
in.
And so people have been speculating that the root lands will be a zone that we go to. Is that where we're going for 11.1?
No.
I don't think so, purely because I think you have a
Okay,
theory
yeah, Shell.
and you want to
You
tell
go
me,
with
and I
Liquid
believe in
to
your
the far
theory.
one,
Yeah,
or with
well,
the
I
Elf.
mean,
I mean, to the far one.
actually don't know where we would go for 11.1, but I think obviously it's going to be very goblin orientated. Like we've had one single icon in the data which refers to a goblin raid. Loads that refer to an ethereal raid, but one that refers to a
Try not
goblin
to raise,
raid.
please, and die as
There's a
soon as
new
I
model
hit
in the data for 10.0.7 for a new model for Gazlo, which is basically his old model but with some like grease and dirt on his face.
Cute.
You know, so like the good guesses are that it's goblin orientated, which makes you think automatically of Undermine because there's been a lot of talk of Undermine on a couple of different occasions. Undermine is the goblin city under Kazan, which is the goblin starting there, but we've never been there in game. So it's one of the few places which was originally designed to, originally on the table for being a vanilla zone that never got put into
Considering I'm
vanilla.
thinking about
It's one of the
half this entire
few
fight,
places
yeah, it's
of
not a good
those zones that we haven't been. Dragon Isles was one of those. Emerald Dream was one of those. Outland was one of those. You know, obviously we've been to all of those now. Najatar was one of those. Like Undermine is the only one that we basically haven't done. So. However, the fact that the Harrenir are coming into it,
Let's do it.
in the story of 11.0.7 would suggest that they are very heavily involved with setting up the story for 11.1. And obviously Rootlands isn't the zone in 11.0.7, so is Rootlands going to be the zone of 11.1, and will we be protecting it from like the venture?
Even circle of purple.
Right. Colonizing for resources.
basically,
Yeah.
And would that
Red circles.
like protecting it? Maybe we can go to the Undermine in
Shayna Stevens.
like a mega dungeon, like we did Mechagon.
I'm in.
I would hate that. It's bad enough that the only way we can hang out with Mechagon is by going to a mega dungeon, right? I don't want the same with Undermine as well. I need
Stay
Undermine
away from
to be a
lions.
proper little city that we can go around and have fun times in.
I know. I'm like, does it have to be a mega dungeon? Like,
exactly.
I'd like, yeah.
Be the raid as well.
It'd be pretty funny if they did an Undermine Mega Dungeon, actually.
I don't think people will be happy if
That would be
they
really
go
funny.
to The Undermine instances. So I think that would be a shame. But I don't know. I'm kind of being swayed now. I could definitely think of
Might
could
get
see
locked up there.
Rootlands.
Well, Rootlands suggests
Rip.
underground. Undermine is definitely underground. What if there's a place where they like meet?
Odds on purple.
What if there's like
Red
a
circles.
That would mean that. Yeah, that'd be a pretty long time.
I'm just spitballing here.
Sharing
Dave.
this odds.
I think that's great. I mean, at the moment, if I had to bet money, I'd say that the new zone would be Rootlands and the Undermine would happen, but in the raid.
Yeah, okay. So what's this mention of a theory?
Yeah, we need that watch
Oh,
over
that's
on
a-
those immediately so it gets
I mean,
cleaved.
as you know, because you've seen our
Watch
video
it.
about
Whoa.
Finish this watcher.
Speculate that obviously.
Spread.
Red circles.
I think we're going to Koresh, which is the ethereal homeworld in 11.2,
Take me there.
which is why I think the final boss of this expansion would be
Dementius.
Dimensius.
Yeah, the big bad boy.
Exactly.
Run away, run away.
That's an issue for the future. However, even that might change because we got a glimpse, which we're going to rush through right now so you can join in.
Yes.
Circles
From
soon.
the Titan Disc quest this
Yes,
week,
my
which has
goodness.
given us a real
Evens
kind
to
of,
blue.
idea as to
Red circle.
where this whole World Soul saga might be going. So I'm going to keep the red bot spoiler bot on.
Shane, this evens.
Game
Yeah.
right now.
If you haven't played it yet, you might want to figure it out on your own, or if you
You
just
might
want
want
to
to figure it
You
out.
don't see this in game right now, okay? This is not a thing. But like you remember that last week we learned about the cool way
Stay away
and
from lines.
Beams,
Prime
careful.
World Soul and stuff like that. Like we know the Titans do consider Azeroth to be the world over
Spread circles.
So showed a big picture of Beladar and basically said this is congealed Azeroth essence.
Keep
Basically Azerite, but all gold.
Watch your
I felt like that was a big lore drop, right? However, I think this one is an even
Save
bigger
now.
lore drop.
Got it.
So I'm gonna here.
Let's watch
I'm
it.
gonna
Odds of purple,
I'm gonna
edge of
take
purple,
this
pink
off.
blue.
But I'm just gonna refer
Spread
to
circle.
it
So we
rather
still got
than,
2 small
uh,
ads.
Okay, sure.
because it'd be- So what we do is
Shane, this odds.
we get our boy talking to us, our big titan. I am showing it on screen. He's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, did
And,
too much
okay.
damage.
So
Up to
to
the
protect
left,
the
go ahead
World
and
Soul
jump in the
beyond
pool.
gods,
Reset.
we had the earthen. I'm not going to do what that
Watch your feet.
We had
Stay
the
away
earthen
from lines.
construct
But I'm living.
world core,
I'm living.
vast
I'm living all the
chamber,
way.
The heart of the world.
When we
There
have-
the
when we get
world
the
soul
circles,
will slumber,
you know,
with
make sure
only the
you're not on top of
Titans
someone
to
else, but then try to
influence
keep
it.
Only the
moving
Which, if
Titans.
you've been paying attention, is a
right.
big like
Counterclockwise when the beams are up.
Because
That way you don't,
basically
you know,
what they're
lock anyone
describing
in.
here
If we
and
have
what
like
they're
a full
showing
line
in
of
this
them along the
image
platform
is a
and the
prison
beams
for the
coming,
World Soul.
Yeah, much
someone
like
can't
in the
move,
kind
it
of
looked like that kinda
iconography
happened
for
here.
the expansion and
So
stuff.
just once
where
you know
have
you're
little,
not
like,
overlapping
bars,
and you
right?
got
You've
a
got the
clear
Titan
path,
kind of
make sure you keep
prison
moving with the
rings.
beam.
Yeah.
Even if
you
you're way
will.
out
So
ahead
the
of
World
it to make
Soul
space
is
for those
basically
behind
being
you.
imprisoned by the Titans.
Yeah, in
They
the-
wouldn't call it that. They don't call it that, but that's definitely what they're doing.
It's literally a prison, and it's called the World Core, which I think is really funny.
And I know everyone thinks that World Souls aren't automatically Titans, right? Because that's been made very clear in game now. Like that's an accepted theory. But I just want to put it out there that we were one of the fucking lone voices on that back in the day.
Way
We were
back
like,
when.
I don't think it's necessarily a Titan. So and of course, yeah, this obviously fits in with like Savannah saying the world is a prison and all that, because yeah, this is a Titan prison around the world. So and so this is very very much clearly where
Hit
this
one's
expansion
down.
is going, where the World Soul Saga is going.
Absolutely.
You know, just as interesting though. So only the Titans to influence it. So we can confirm that this is a World Soul that can be influenced by lots of different things, and you know, lots of different cosmoses are trying to get hold of it, and the Titans kind of barred it off just for themselves, basically.
Yeah. Can I just say your transmog is so beautiful?
Sick in it.
Love it.
I must note a disturbing development. As they worked to greater depths, some Earthen began to behave erratically. So basically, the
Some
Earthen
Earthen.
working near the World Soul to build this prison, which is what it is, became Thragar
Yes.
under the influence of the World Soul's radiation, as the Watcher puts it.
Yeah.
So they became Diamond Magni.
Yes.
When Magni appears in Azeroth at the beginning of the expansion, in Dornagal at the beginning of the expansion, like
They call him
they call him a Thragar,
Yeah.
right? And Thragar are these mythical figures in Earthen kind of lore, and it's because the World
Shit,
Soul
green
turned
evens in
into
the spread
Thragar,
circle.
and then once they were turned into Thragar, they went off director. So they
Shit, it
stopped
evens.
doing what the Titans were telling them, and they started doing other stuff.
And including, I think, trying to damage
Yeah,
the World Core.
these 40 units were so greatly affected that they rebelled against us, attacking and damaging the World Core. So the World
Stay
Soul
away from lines.
turned these
Watch those
Earthens
beams.
into Magnis, just like the World Soul turned Magni into Magni.
Diamond Dwarf.
And
Circle
got
spread
them to
soon.
attack the prison.
Yeah.
The World Soul does not want to be in this prison. The World Soul is trying to escape from the Titan prison, and her way
Stay ahead
of
of
doing
the
that is to turn
Watch your feet.
Earthen and dwarfs into Diamond Dwarfs, and that's her army. Her army that, obviously
Came up when it
Magni
saved.
was a representative.
Yeah.
And, which is
Yeah, on
awesome,
green
which is
odds.
great,
pretty cool.
you know, and then, they went off directive.
Spread circles.
Oh yeah, measures must be taken.
Yeah, and
Watch
that's,
your
and that's where
Shannon
it's
saw it.
meds must be taken. So
Watch your
presumably, all of the Thragar have been sealed away somewhere.
they're enemies of the Titans,
Yeah,
basically. Or the
and
Titans have decided they are.
presumably that place where they've all been sealed away is a place
Stay
we
away
will go
from
to at some point. Now, whether we go there this expansion or as part of the World Soul Saga, who knows, right? But
Spread circles
that's
soon.
basically the situation. Like, is now essentially confirmed
Spread.
that the World Soul is not a Titan.
Never was.
Which has been 19%.
Never was, love.
It has been confirmed that the Titans are imprisoning the World Soul.
Yeah, get ready
It's
to
been
run
confirmed
away
the
from the
World
boss
Soul
after
does not
this.
wish to be imprisoned
No.
and is taking active steps to try and escape that imprisonment.
Run away.
Which is so cool.
Yeah, it wants to be free.
Yeah, it's just really,
To
really
be free.
And so this is like the whole
Good
kind
go.
of setup for
Watch
the
your
World Soul Saga,
Yeah.
basically. If you
Yeah.
ask
Even
me, this is
he's
like
back to moon.
part of the conspiracy
Move
interest
quick,
that's
move quick.
mentioned.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
stop
Yeah,
it.
and Brynth, when she talks about it, she's like, I don't remember this.
Yeah. And the
You're like,
Earthmen don't remember any of this,
No.
even though they would have helped build it.
Yeah.
Like Rinth would have
The
helped build
world
it.
core.
Yeah,
I
they've been
really,
around
I
as well.
really like the idea of like Chris Metzen walking into the room, and like they're like, man, what are we gonna call this Titan prison? And he's like, the
Be
world
soon,
core.
careful.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, yeah, okay, yeah.
The world core! And then he ripped off his shirt.
Watch those beams.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, it just feels so. This is his
Red circles.
footprint all over.
Yeah. And then, so what he said that Playground Rebelling is most disturbing. And then they had like, loads of dialogue from Dagran. Because Rinth finishes off on this brilliant line where she says, like, you know, was everything we believed mistaken or even a
it's the moon.
lie? And you're like, wow, that was such a cool scene.
It's the moon.
Good storytelling.
Wow, what a brilliant ending
Yeah,
for that
yeah.
Red
thing.
circles.
Really, really good storytelling, really good lore.
Yeah,
I love that shit.
lovely.
But it's not over
Shooting
yet.
the
There's like
sods.
another minute, there's another.
Yeah.
Then Dagran basically explains everything that we've just seen.
Yeah, Dagran is like, in case you didn't understand what just happened.
Wait, if the Earthmen were affected by
The
the
Watcher's
World
on
Soul's
me.
radiation the closer they got to
Stay
it,
away
could
from
it be that it was
lands.
actually trying to reach your
Watch your
people,
feet.
asking for help like it did with my granddad? It's like, yeah, no shit, Dagran.
That's what we just learned, Dagran.
just
But-
learned that,
But
Dagran.
I kind of appreciate Liz being like, let's make this very, very literal.
Red
Like, let's
circles.
just spell it out.
Stay
Like,
ahead
we
of
have
the beam,
spelled it out,
odds.
but let's literally spell it out again so that we Dagran is like coming to terms with this idea as much as we are.
Yeah. So it's great.
pretty
And
much
that
dead.
is like a huge lore drop.
Yeah.
It's massively important.
Yeah.
I love it.
Run away, run away.
And I feel
We missed
like
two
the
little
World
guys.
Soul
We'll see
Saga
what
is
kind of damage it does, I
being
guess.
charted in front of our very eyes.
Yeah.
And
They haven't touched the boss yet.
So
Not bad at all.
good, right?
Not
It's
bad.
gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me. I'm gonna die.
I do have to go and
During the Stevens.
No, I just that I really enjoyed that Titan Disc quest. It was really cool. It really got me excited thinking about the future of the expansion. Because like you say,
The
this
little
feels like
nematodes doing 1.2 mil ticking damage.
I need to have a
This is
whole
our best
army of,
pull
like,
though.
warriors
13%. Holy
bust
shit.
and free,
The healer's
being
down.
Azeroth's champions, you know.
So here's
Stay
something
away
I
from
would like to see.
lines.
Okay, what would you
When
like?
we are inevitably introduced
Keep
to
pushing.
Diamond Army and Diamond, okay?
Yeah.
I have no idea what that. Yeah,
Essentially,
fuck
we have
it.
the same stuff that Bella
Fuck up
does,
the
like,
boss.
alright, okay,
Try to keep the
because
little
it's
ads out
you
as
know,
much as you can.
Created from Azeroth's essence or whatever. There's that. Okay.
Fuck it has been called.
Moon guys,
How about
so
a new
don't run over
customization of the
tentacles.
option for Earthen Dwarves to become Diamond Earthen Dwarves,
That has to happen.
right?
I don't know,
Yes, boss. Fuck up the
fam.
boss
I don't
crystals.
Just
know.
like bust out into life and like
1%? Was this the
Do you
call?
think Belladar-
Let's fucking go,
I
dude.
mean, it could be that they
Holy
originally
shit, what a
disposed
call.
of the Thragar and we never
No,
see them
no,
again.
they wouldn't do that. Those Thragar are somewhere.
They have
Those
little
Thragar are
diamonds.
locked up somewhere. Do you think they're locked up in Belladar?
And like, when they like literally just bust out?
Yeah. So do you think there's gonna be a bit where we're like hammering on, like we
Yeah.
bust
Tink,
open
tink. You
Belladar,
see a little, like,
and they just come
hand,
dropping out
like-
like salt from a salt shaker?
No, I was thinking when like you see a little like hand like through the glass.
Oh man,
Right?
come on,
Like,
that'd be so cool. Right, okay, so I need Belladar to be the jail for the Thragar, and when the Thragar are released from that jail,
We
I
get
need
a vault slot. A mythic vault slot. A mythic or raid vault
Let
slot.
me get this shit
getting
rolling.
the half elf ears.
Yes, of
for
course,
human
those are coming too.
coherence.
Yes.
Yeah,
Cannot
which is pretty
wait.
awesome, but
Arathi
not for
ears.
blood elves, which sucks. So.
Arathi.
Yeah, BOE.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I love it. I'm in. Sign me
Yeah.
up. I'm down.
You could
Thank you
put
guys.
some trash, I
I'm gonna.
And
Yeah,
get
I was gonna say
quests.
bump off. I'm gonna take off.
Don't do that.
I know. I've already ruined my nice new chair. Anyway, I'm gonna go. But it was really nice chatting with you. Really nice chatting with you too, Tally.
It was great, and I'm sorry that you have to go because like now we would both be able to do the super chats. I'm gonna have to do by myself. Sorry about that.
Boo-hoo.
because we were half an hour late starting because we had
Everything
some
else
issues,
is
which
That's okay.
I will make sure I'll sort it out for next episode. I'm
Good
really sorry
thinking.
about that.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Tally. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your super chats and the rest of this podcast.
I will. Thank you. Cheerio to Evertel. I can take off the Redbot spoiler bot now.
You said
I
do
might
trash.
need
It feels like
full
Evatel's
screen.
camera is much better
Yeah,
than
what do you think
Tally's
about that, eh?
camera. When you see them side by side like that, it feels like Evatel's camera is a better camera.
Okay, let's have a look at our super chats. Yay! Here we go. Thank you to everyone who chips in with these super chats throughout the episode, by the way. It means a lot to us. Pardon me, and it helps support this show and keeps it happening. I really appreciate that. You missed the start, Nogar? Yeah, no, you can watch the VOD as soon as the broadcast is finished. Absolutely.
I got a great deal. You just
Mycelia Studios, good morning. Hope you like your Chillbot pet. Oh, thank you. Yes, we were saying that we got donated a Chillbot pet. Thank you, Mycelia,
yeah,
for
I'll check
being the
age and buy it if you
donator.
want.
And for being distracted
This,
from the
don't
news today.
forget.
You are awesome. I don't know what news you're talking about, honestly, but so you know, Alex, we will name. Evie said I could have the pet, so I'm gonna have it, and I will be naming it Mycelia in your honor. Thank you, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Sounds about like what Undermine said.
David Hand, thank you for the super chat as well. Much appreciated.
No, that one had loot.
Thank you.
Gotta go down there and
just checking there's no comment that you put with that. Not that
I
I can
don't know.
see. Thank you
You
very much.
stand right by him as they're dying. You can hurry and spam right quick, but you gotta be like right by it.
I would have completed all available quests by now. In this X pack, not really. I feel like I
I
have so
died.
many other things to do.
Better have
Thoughts.
BO.
I'm actually in the same boat. Yeah, there are so
I
many
did jump.
kind
I
of
died for it.
side
Can't you use
quests
that little
which aren't
shaman
related to
boop
the
right
main
before you hit the
story.
ground?
I don't have it on
so
this
the
build.
fact
Oh, wait,
that
yes,
I've
I do.
actually
I'm
finished
dumb.
all of them. I kind of have because I've watched Evertel do them.
Nothing.
But in terms of my own gameplay, I haven't done them. And part of the reason is because, yeah, I've got my weeklies to do, I've got my like Mythic Plus to do and stuff like that. And I know it's stupid because there's such a good source of rep, right, as well for the various factions. But the reason I haven't done them really is because I like to, you know, get my footage for them properly. I like to catalog them as I go, and you know, make sure they're saved on our NAS drive and like with titles that can make them easily searchable and accessible. Such is the life of a content creator, right? But I do absolutely understand that pain. I've got quests all. If you ever watch me streaming the game, I've still got quests all over that zone. Really good story quests that I've seen Evertel do, and I just haven't done myself yet. And I guess I'd be interested to know.
I feel that. I have the same problem.
Is that just something people?
I don't play this game off stream anymore, so I only ever play it on stream.
Something you come back to later. I definitely want to get them
If it
done.
wasn't for the Vantage
by
run, you probably don't
the
kill
time
it right there.
11.1 launches. You know, I want to have cleared the map of those quests. And I don't feel any rush because I am essentially just doing them a little bit of rep and what have you. But I am essentially doing them for just story enjoyment. So in a way, it almost feels selfish to be doing them instead of writing a video or streaming or something like that, you know? And I can't stream them because it doesn't make good footage if I'm streaming because I keep stopping to talk to chat and stuff like that, and the footage has long kind of gaps of nothing,
Yep.
isn't it? So I like to get there with my footage and like get good recordings of all those quests. So I don't really want to do them all twice, so I don't want to do them on my main and then like get the footage on a different character. But my aim, absolutely, is to finish on them before the next patch comes out, but the next major patch comes out. I usually don't do all the quests, but I did this time. Did different ones for each alt, basically. Oh yeah, I mean that's quite a nice approach, I guess. Yeah. I like to do everything on my main. Like my main is all the story quests I like to do on my main. Like all of like the kind of big achievements and stuff I like to do on my main. You know, because it just feels right to me, even though it just doesn't matter for the achievements anymore. For me, it does. For me, you know.
Nice. I got the
She's
belt.
Adventures. She's the one that does all that. So, yeah, that's just a little kink I have, basically. I am currently on a crusade. To complete the Dragonflight meta to have Good Boy for Siren Isle. Oh well, good luck.
It'll be nice to have another myth track piece that I can push up.
The very generous super chat. Thanks on returning thoughts on returning Plunderstorm, but instead of a new map, same map, different rewards. Oh yeah, so Evertown touched on this a little bit earlier. I didn't really give an opinion. I always said in the lead up to the new Plunderstorm when we were talking about, well, when Plunderstorm comes back,
Hell yeah!
I said that I wanted to see it on a new map. You know, there's a part of me that
And it has a tertiary? What the hell?
really good map for it. I guess. I think. And yeah, the trouble is that Arathi is such a good map for it. Like the Arathi Highlands is such a good map for Plunderstorm, and it works really well. And you know, I'm assuming that they did a lot of testing with various different maps, and correctly came to the conclusion that Arathi was just like almost built for it. You know, big open space, but also like interesting little corners and different terrain, and like the town one end, and like there's even a bit where you get a house and docks and stuff. And like so cool. Yeah, there's a part of me which is disappointed that it's not on a new map. But there's a part of me that's excited to go back to the Arathi because I know it and I know I enjoy it. So that element of exploring and getting to know a new map might not be there, but I think there'll be an element of familiarity that will feel really nice about it. You know, I'd love to see them introduce new maps in the future, but now I think I'm okay with it, surprisingly. Because I wasn't expecting to be okay with it.
I mean, they can do other things to the map.
We just jumped off
to make it unique. Like they can just change the powers. They can change where things spawn. They can change up the mobs. They can change a lot of things.
Whoa, what the fuck is hitting me?
There's a lot that you can do while having it be on the same map. Hell, it might even be like at nighttime, right? Like we had it during the day before. They might do it at night.
Not the best pull. Oh my god, not the best pull.
There's a lot of things they could do by keeping it the same map. Changing the map would add a lot of complexity that's not necessary at this stage in Plunderstorm's lifespan.
It being the same map, I was expecting to be a bit disappointing. But I'm actually going kind of, at the moment, more excited by going back to Arathi because I enjoyed it so much first time, you know. So yeah, that's my thinking on it for the time being. Could change. Aaron Fondor Williams, thank you very much.
All right.
Names not all in there. Sorry. What are your thoughts?
Is there more trash to kill, or are we done?
Better achievement, and do you think they'll do one for every previous expansion? So do I think they'll do it for every previous expansion?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I think they will, or at least every modern expansion. I think from like Warlords onwards are expansions that kind of lend themselves to that kind of thing. I think so. Yeah, I think they will retroactively do at least every modern expansion. Maybe going back even further. I think it's a brilliant thing to do. I think it's fantastic. Will I do the BFA one?
I think I can get away with pulling some
I
of
didn't do my Shadowlands one, but that was Shadowlands. I would be tempted. I'll take a look at it, and however much there is still left to do,
yeah,
we'll
boy, you got something fixated on you.
But I can think of worse things than going to BFA and doing the meta
big
achievement.
fucking slime.
There's been suggestions that it could point towards a BFA remix, because those meta achievements can be a lot easier to do if there's a BFA remix, right? It could, in theory, point to the next remix, because I'm certain there will be a remix, like Mr. Pandaria. And, you know, we've always said that the obvious candidates for a remix expansion that isn't Mists, because again, Mists is the best example, would either be Legion or BFA. I think most people would hope for Legion, but I think BFA would benefit greatly from it. There's loads of transmogs, loads of cool areas, loads of fun stuff to do, and if it coincides with the meta achievement for BFA, that would be pretty handy as well. There was loads of PvP stuff involved with the meta achievement on isles, like island expeditions. There were some achievements connected to PvP island expeditions, which is outrageous and dumb because there just wouldn't be enough people queuing for it. It would be impossible. So I believe they've said they're going to be taking those out. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I recall reading, which would be really good. Which would be great. My understanding is that they're, in some cases with those achievements, making them much easier to get, and in other cases removing them entirely from the requirements. So that hasn't been put into effect yet, but we've been told that will be happening. So particularly with the PvP islands ones. So that's cool. Yeah, I could see myself going back and doing the BFA one. If I've got like a good solid grounding in those achievements already, I'll have to like cross-reference them with ones that I've got. Then I'll probably give it a go, yeah. Because I honestly, you can go into Siege Borealis now, and it was the case last season or whenever they had Desire Law as well. Just going back to those BFA zones, even just to get to a dungeon, just makes me kind of happy. Just really
I gotta make sure that no parts of my burrito fall on the floor.
This is something that I would
because the sweet babies will try to eat it. But there is hot sauce on this burrito, and that is not for sweet baby consumption.
I logged in today, and I think we've reached the point where we would change this now. Hear me out. I want to hear your suggestions on this, or your response to this. My easy change to make WoW better is to change the opening music. So change the first track that plays when you